Good morning. Happy, what is it, Wednesday? It's crazy how you can lose track of the days of the week right now. I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit and wait for Facebook to notify everyone that I'm on. So if you do pop on, oh hey Lisa, I can see who's coming on. If you pop on, go ahead and just say a hello, and I'll kind of fill you guys in. Today we are going to be focusing on our hips and our glutes. And we won't be using any equipment except for your mat, only if you choose to, or you can just be on your floor. So wait for a couple people to come on. Hi, Samia and Julie. Hello, welcome to Matt, focusing on the hips and the glutes this morning. I'm excited you guys are making it on. We'll officially start in about 6 minutes, but it takes a while for Facebook to kind of alert everybody. So feel free to just kind of get comfy on your mat at home, do some stretches maybe before we get started. And if you want, you can play soft music in the background, okay? Just to kind of relax you and bring you into your mat, just kind of shutting everything out. So your choice. I'm not using any music today, but you are totally welcome to it. So those of you who don't know me, my name's Elise. Nice to meet everyone. If you guys have any questions too before we get started, you just comment below and I'm actually able to see the questions right away, so I can just answer them live right now. So if you have any questions, let me know. I will say we will be doing some stuff on the knees. So if you have a hard floor at home and your mat's pretty thin and want some extra padding, you can always have a towel or even just some pillows for under the knees. I sometimes just fold my mat in two, and that sometimes gives me enough. Good morning, Chuck. Welcome on. Good morning, Art. Thanks for hopping on, guys. So yeah, I was just saying, for those of you who just jumped on, we'll be doing a little bit of stuff on the knees. So if you have sensitive knees, just make sure you either fold your mat in half to have that extra cushion, or you can use a towel or a pillow to cushion the knee area. So always listen to your body, of course, during all of these exercises. If you ever need to move into a rest position, you're totally welcome to that, and then just jumping back in when it feels right. So this is, will be mat, but most of the exercises are just going to be focusing more on our hips and our glutes, okay? So should be getting that area nice and warm for everybody. Getting going, just 5 more minutes, so you can take this time to stretch, get your music going if you want any music. So I don't know if you guys caught my video last week where we did the arm exercises. I'm in the same room as I was last week, but there are no frogs chirping this time. So hope that wasn't too much of a distraction last time, but I don't know where those frogs are today. There's no frogs making any noise right now, which is crazy because it's a beautiful day right now. You'd think all the frogs would be out. All right. Just give it a couple more minutes. If you guys have any questions before we get started, just comment below. And then we'll get the body moving. We said this would, class would start at 10:15, but I always hop on early. It takes a little bit of time to alert everybody that the live is getting started, so we can just get cozy together before we get started. It's nice to see some sun finally coming through. I don't know about everyone else, but I've been doing so much yard work. It's actually been really therapeutic, so it's been great. Anyone else been doing yard work? I'm waving to you guys. I haven't done this before. Everyone gets a wave. It's kind of fun. That's what's nice about these lives. I like that you guys can ask me questions right now and I get to see them. All right, we'll give it another minute. Hi, Diane. I've been kind of talking on here for just a little bit already, but I'll go ahead and give you the rundown. This is, we'll be focusing on hips and glutes, spending most of the time on the mat. Some things will be on the knees, so if you have sensitive knees, just either fold your mat in half or have a towel or maybe some pillows to put under the kneecaps during the kneeling series. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know. And if you have any questions, I can see them right now, so you can comment below and then I can answer anything right off the bat, which is so awesome. Things are really fun with technology right now, right? We're all at home, but we can be together. All right, so I think I'm gonna get started now. So we're gonna start lying on our backs, okay? So I'm gonna step away so you guys can see me. Okay, so as you lie here on your back, have your knees bent and your feet flat. Use your fist to kind of gauge how far apart the legs are, and just make sure that the knees are about this distance apart, okay? Feel the arms long by your side, and then just give me a couple breaths here. You can close your eyes and draw the breath in through the nose. Nice and slow. Exhale through the mouth. Feel where your body is in space and try to let go of any tension in the face and the neck and the shoulders. And just let yourself feel supported from the ground below. Keep breathing here. Really focus on drawing the breath into the back and sides of the ribs. So if you feel your breath right here in the chest, try to deepen that breath, drawing it down to the lower lobes of the lungs. And the reason why we do that is because our rib cage is actually attached to our abdominals. So when we breathe into the rib cage, we're actually able to maintain our abdominal connection here. So if you want, you can go ahead and set the hands right on top of the belly here and go ahead and give me a cough. And then when you do that, you should feel that the tummy pulls in away from the hands. And that's as much of a contraction that you want the abdominals to be working right now through your breath. So as you inhale through the nose, exhale, you want that slight abdominal contraction that you felt when you gave that cough. So it's just a slight engagement, drawing everything inward. And then let it go. All right, let's go ahead and open up through that lower back. So there should be a little bit of a space between your lower back and the floor here. But I want you to think of sinking the hips down into the mat so that the back is flat to the ground below, okay? If you can imagine the obliques, which are right on the sides here of your abdominals, pulling in together, okay? So they're being utilized here as you're holding that imprinted position, and then relax back into your neutral, okay? So try to keep the work out of the glutes here and just focus on those obliques, drawing in and together, and then release back into your neutral. So if you have any lower back pain, this can feel really good just to feel that length through the lower back as you press it into the mat, and then release it. From here, let's move into our shoulder bridge. So as you take a breath in through the nose, exhale, tip the hips in towards the mat and begin to lift the tailbone up and away. Okay, find a nice long line through the shoulders, out to the hips, all the way to the knees. Feel yourself evenly press through the feet. Take a breath here and use your full exhalation to lengthen back down into the mat, bone by bone. Feel each vertebra almost like you're laying down a bead of pearls into the floor. And again, big inhale, scoop the abdominals and lead through the hips to lengthen up to the shoulders. Being mindful of the rib cage, try not to pop through the upper back. So keep them knitting together, feeling the core engage, and then lengthen back down to the mat. On your next one, I just want you to hold the hips high up at the top. So holding up here in your shoulder bridge. We're going to tap one hip down to the mat and then press it back up. Tip the other side down and press it up. Keep going here. So there is going to be a little bit of movement in the knees, but I don't want you to totally let the knees fall over to the side. So try to keep them as centered as possible. So you're more focusing on rotating through that pelvis to tap the hips down and then use those glutes to press the hips back up. Exhaling up at the top, keep going. You can use your arms to feel really supported and strong in your shoulder bridge. Give me one more to each side, remembering to breathe. On your next one, hold it here and then walk your feet out maybe just 1 inch. So there's a little bit further away from the behind here. And then lift the heels so you're right up onto those toes. Okay, you should feel a little bit of extra work now more through the backs of the legs and the glutes. Hold it here. Try to keep those knees right in line with the hips. Okay, and then just begin to pulse the hips up. So you're going to lower an inch and lift an inch. Okay, give them a little tip through the pubic bone as you press the hips up towards the ceiling. Keep drawing the abdominals in. Try not to rush these. These are slow. Down, an inch and up. Down and up. Down and up. We have 4. Try to keep the kneecaps in. Try not to let the legs bow out. Last one, hold high, take a breath here, lower those heels, and then lengthen the spine all the way down to the mat, bone by bone. Settling back to your neutral. So your neutral's just the natural position of the spine here. Floating the arms up towards the ceiling now. Feel the back wide against the mat, okay? So with the arms reaching up, I don't want you to reach them away. So there's that space in the shoulders. I want them to feel grounded into the mat here. Feel that lift of the abdominals as you float one leg up to tabletop, keeping the 90-degree in the legs, and then set it back down. So we're focusing here on maintaining the same position through the spine and then lifting the leg through using the abdominals. So think of scooping the lower belly in and up as you draw the leg right up to tabletop position and then back down. So when the leg's up in this position, that's called tabletop. Okay, keeping everything steady here. Okay, so really focusing on control through this movement. Just give me one last one. And then bring both legs up to tabletop, one leg at a time. You should really feel the abdominals working strong here. Zip those inner thighs together. And then let's mobilize the upper body. We're gonna float the head and neck away from the mat, reaching the fingertips towards the heels, and then lower back down. So right now you're not supporting the head with your hands. So I want you to focus on just the upper abdominals to lift the body away from the mat and back up, down. So we're warming up before moving into our 100, okay? Each time, keep the gaze right to the navel, keep hugging the abdominals in. I don't want them to bulge away, okay? Keep flattening them down. On this next one, hold your abdominal curl. Keep the fingertips reaching long. Stay right above the tips of the shoulder blades and begin pumping those arms vigorously for our 100. And we have a nice strong inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, inhale. Keep going for me. Okay, keep really strong in those arms. Keep hugging those inner thighs together. You're more than halfway in. You always know you can always extend those legs long for a little bit more challenge. Just give me one more here. Big breath in for 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale that breath all the way out. And draw the knees into the chest. All right, grabbing back behind the thighs, rock yourself up to the top, okay, or bring yourself up, whatever feels best. And then sit nice and tall. We have our half roll down. So I like to grab behind my thighs for a little bit of support, just to use my arms to lift my spine really tall. Getting right on top of those sit bones, those little bony aspects of the behind. Taking a breath here. I want you to think about tipping the tailbone up towards the pubic bone to round into that lower back. So you're scooping the lower belly and going just as far as the arms are long. Take a breath here. Deepen the abdominals in and up as you round forward. So you're maintaining the C shape through the spine. And again, rounding back. And then exhale. Come to the top. Staying right off those sit bones. So if you feel yourself coming back onto those little bony aspects, you've come up too far. You want to keep that deep scoop staying right behind the sit bones. And then again, rocking straight back. And coming forward. On this next one, I want you to hold your round back. Bring your hands together, placing them by the heart. We're gonna float one knee up as we rotate. So we're really working that hip flexor there, and then come through center, and the abdominals, of course. And nice and slow here, okay? 2 more, nice and slow. Exhaling on the twist. Last one. And then we'll do 6 quickly. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach the arms up, lift the spine, feel that length through the whole body, and then bring the hands back to the heart. Really press firm into the palms, scoop the abdominals, come into that half round back. We're gonna take it to the other side, slowly at first, rotating, and come through center. Keeping yourself just rotating off the pelvis. We're focusing on that rib cage rotation. Last one here. And then give me 6 quick ones. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the spine tall. Open the arms out. Press the feet long. We'll come into our full roll down. You can always stay with the knees bent. I hope everyone knows that modification. You can use the arms for support, either just staying with your half roll down or just doing it with the knees bent. Otherwise, reach the legs long, reach those heels away, press the backs of the feet, the legs into the mat, extending the arms forward. Take a breath here, tipping the pubic bone up, rounding on back, imprinting into your mat, bone by bone. Okay. Chin into chest, round and reach up and over the legs, almost like you're running over an imaginary beach ball here. And then again, keep the shoulders on the back, lengthening down, bone by bone. 3 more just like this, chin into chest. Inhale, exhale, round and reach for the legs. Feel the abdominals draw back as the heels extend forward, lengthening on down. Last 2. Trying to keep this a very connected movement, okay? So as you come down, you come right back up. This is your last one here. And then lift the spine tall, bringing the arms up overhead, circling the arms down by your side. Swiveling around here. I'm gonna come onto your knees. So if you need that extra cushion, go ahead and fold your mat in half or have a towel under those knees here. We're gonna bring one leg out to the side, okay? So this foot, I really want it planted, okay? So its toes are pointed forward here. And then open the arms out to the T, okay? From here, I want you to side bend over towards the foot. Feel that opening through the side body here. And then use the abdominals, use the obliques to pull yourself back through center. Let's take it out to the side. So think of reaching the body away before you come into that side bend, okay? So think of the length first. Don't touch the fingertips, just a light tap. We're not relying on the hand here. And then again, lift the abdominals to pull yourself back through center. Nice. And again, take it over to the side. Everyone's gonna look different when you do this. So if you are doing this in the mirror or wherever, maybe you can't go all the way down to the floor, that's fine. Okay, we all have different flexibility, so. And I definitely have a side that's easier than the other, okay. Coming back up. Last one here. Really focusing on the abdominals here and opening up through the sideline. And then holding through center. Okay, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, bring the arms up overhead. Press those palms together and we'll just take it out to the side. Try to lean that body away from the leg and then pull back through center. Okay, feel that length, and pull back through center. Keep going. I see some comments pulling in. Look how long her neck stays. Thank you, Janet. Yep, think long body here. It's all about finding that extra length here. Last one. Hold it here just for a second longer if you can. This is all coming from the core. And then bring yourself up to the top. Release those arms long by your side. Okay, and we'll take it to the other side. Okay. Opening the arms back up, really plant through that outer foot here, okay? Opening up through the side body here, take it over. Should feel really good, especially in that deep side and that hip, right before we move into our sideline series. Feels really good to do. Reaching away, okay? So this all takes that whole sideline strength. Remembering to find your breath through all this, okay? Try not to hold it. You need your breath. Take it out. Think of that length, reaching out. And then light tapping those fingers. Lift through the abdominals to bring yourself back up.
Keep going. Feel this in your body. Let yourself just flow here. Pay attention to what you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling muscles you don't really think about all the time. That's good. And then you can stay again with the T or bring the arms up overhead. So this adds a little bit more of a challenge here. Okay, we're gonna stay just to the outer side. Think long, 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 long. And then zip the abdominals in. Back to center, keep going. I see another comment coming in. Hello, Michelle, thanks for hopping in. You're coming in right before we really target those glutes. So we warmed up the core, we're opening up the whole side body here. Now we're gonna hit the booty, which maybe that's why you're here. Last one here, I just want you to hold it one more second longer. Maybe go a little bit deeper if you can. Woo! And then pull yourself up to the top. Release the arms here. All right, we're gonna come onto our side. So if you do have your mat, try to line your body right up with that back corner of the mat. I'm not using a mat today. And if you aren't using a mat, just make sure that when you lie down, you can see the shoulders and the hips and the heels all in one long line. Okay. I like to have my head down. If you're someone who likes to prop the head up, that's totally fine. Just make sure you use the top arm for support. Bring it about 6 inches in front of the breastbone here. Okay. Keeping the gaze straight forward. Okay. We're going to energize both legs together. So we're just going to lift both legs up off the mat and then back down. So immediately you might feel the challenge that when you lift the legs up, you might want to sway to the front or sway to the back. But I want you to try to keep everything nice and stacked as you lift both legs up. When doing this, you really should be feeling the challenge on both sides of the waistline, just kind of like how we were doing at the beginning there. So that stuff should be all warmed up and you should really be feeling the work through the top and the bottom of the obliques. Not only that, you should be feeling the outer and inner thighs really working together as you squeeze the legs, pressing up to the top. Give me one last one here. Hold the legs up, and then we're just going to lift the top leg up, away from the bottom, and then squeeze those heels together as you lower it down, okay? If you're finding this is too much, then go ahead and just bring the bottom leg down to the mat, okay? Let it rest there. Just working that top leg, okay? So you can keep the bottom leg down and then just work through that top leg. But if you can, I want to give you an extra challenge. Keep that bottom leg floating as you lift the top leg. And this is slow and controlled, so please do not rush here. Take the moment to lift the leg and then lower it, slowly squeezing those heels together. Lift and squeeze, trying to stay really strong through your core. That will help from any rocking from side to side. Last one here, squeeze those heels together. Now release the bottom leg down to the floor and then squeeze it up to the top. Okay. I don't want it to rest onto the mat. Okay. It's just a light tap and then you fire it back up. Light tap and bring it on up. Just 4 more here. Keep drawing the abdominals in. Use this top hand for support here. Really press it to help stabilize you. Okay. And last one here. Hold the legs together. Little pulses up for 10, 9, both legs working together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the legs lifted. Bend the knees to the front. So now the hips and the knees are right in one line and the knee to the heel. So it's a 90 degree. Okay. Staying just like this, we're going to float the top leg up. So it's just about to hip height here. I want you to open that knee and then bring it back to the hip. So here, the hips are still stacked. And I just want you to maybe imagine that there's like a little ball. So you're never going to bring the legs together at this point. You can always bring your hand here. There's a little bit of space, okay? Opening that knee up and then lowering it halfway. So opening it above the hip and then lowering it just to that hip line, okay? These are slow and controlled. Keep lifting the abdominals in and up here. Last one, hold here. And then I just want you to give little circles. So you're circling that knee in that hip. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse the circle for 10, 9. So just the knee. Make a circle with your kneecap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg right here, hip height. And then we're going to internally rotate that knee. So the knee is facing down towards the bottom knee. And if you see, my heel is now higher than my knee. So I'm going to bring my knees towards each other, and then I'm going to press that foot actively away. Bring the knees in towards each other, and then press away. You should be really feeling it right here in the side of the booty. Okay? And again, nice and slow. Don't rush this. When things get hard, we want to speed through, but slow is the best and effective way. And then coming into that breath, we just have 3 more here. For 2, last one, hold the leg out, point the toe, little circles for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse those circles for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the knee down. Come onto your hands and then just come right into your 4-point kneeling position. So you should know what leg you just worked because it's nice and warm now. Making sure those wrists are right underneath the shoulders. We're going to bring that leg right up. Okay, so making sure that the abdominals are lifted in for support here. That foot is flexed. I just want you to give a little press up towards the ceiling and then lengthen the leg long. Bend the knees, press, and lengthen. So it's 2 parts here. You're going to lift and lengthen. Press. Reach the leg long. Press and lengthen. Press and lengthen. Just 3 more here. And these are just a mini press here, okay? You shouldn't be feeling it in the lower back. And if you are, maybe take the press out or just really focus on pulling your abdominals in. Last one, press it up. Lengthen long. Hold the leg long for me. See if you can lift more through the abdominals, get longer through the spine. Reach, reach, reach that leg long. Breathe here, nice and strong. Big inhale breath and exhale. And then set that knee right back under. We're gonna stack on up right on top of the knees here for your reverse bridge. So hinging here at the hips, I want you to just reach back so you're hovering over those heels and then press it back up, okay? So if you're someone where this is like, nope, not feeling good to the knees at all, what you can do is you can come up to a standing and then just come into a regular squat. But if you can stay on the knees here, you can make this really little, okay? Or you can make this really big, just hovering over those heels, hinging at the hips, and then pressing them back. I really want you to focus on scooping the abdominals in, squeezing the booty as you press through those hips, and then sit back, okay? Hands can do whatever they want here. I have them here at my chest, or you can bring them here at the hips. Keep going here. Finding your breath. Really make that extra squeeze up at the top. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turning around, we're going to take it to the other side. So Lining yourself up back to the back edge of your mat, lengthening that arm. I like to really feel that stretch of that armpit lengthening long. And then once I get down, just checking in with your body, shoulder, hips, all the way up to the heels. Bringing that top hand back in front for support. Really pressing firm through the hand here. Okay. And then just feeling the length through the body. Already in this position, you should feel that the abdominals are having to work just a little bit to keep you in this position. Okay. You can always pitch the legs forward just a little bit if you need a little bit of extra stability. So again, hugging the legs together like they're one. Lift them away from the mat and back down. Lift up and back down. Keep going here. Breathing your breath. Feeling that work through both sidelines. Just 3 more here. 2, 1, hold it up and lift the top leg away. And then lower it with control, squeeze those heels. You know your option. You can always bring that bottom leg to the mat. Okay. And we're working really slow here. Want energy through the whole legs. So sometimes when we get tired, we just kind of let the leg, I guess just be energyless. I don't know what the word is. But I really want you to energize through the leg. Keep that energy reaching all the way out through the toes as you lift and lower, squeezing those heels together. Give me 3 more. Trying to keep the hips real stacked here. Try not to rock back. Last one, hold it here. See if you can lift the legs up an inch if you can, and then lower the bottom leg away and squeeze it back up. Lower and lift. Lower it and lift. We have 6, 5. It's always nice to hear the count, right? 4, 3. Try to relax your face, your shoulders, your neck. Last one, hold it here. Squeeze those legs together. Little pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the legs up. Bring the knees forward. So you're at that 90-degree angle. Again, check in hip to knee all the way out to the heel. Flex those feet for me. Reach the leg up. And again, you just want like maybe a hand distance apart. So it's right in line with the hip here. You're going to open that leg out and then bring it in. So you're keeping that knee bent. And you only want to go you want to only open the knee as high as you're able to keep the hips square. So as soon as you begin to rock back like that, you've gone too far. So use just a little bit of opening and back down. Really feeling that work through that outer thigh. You can always bring your hand here for encouragement to get the right muscles working. Last 2. Last 1. Hold the leg here, circling the knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. The abdominals are lifting in and up, and then reverse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Turn the kneecap and flex that foot. You're going to reach it out and then bring the knees towards each other. Press away. Okay, really turning on that back of the thigh here as you press through the foot. Almost like you're kicking a door open. Press it away. Okay, don't rush these. Flow with your breath. Okay. Keeping the body long. Last 2. Last one, we're point through the toe, little circles for 10, 9, 8, you're kind of at an angle here, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee in, bring the hands in front. We're gonna come back to our tabletop position, lining up the wrist right under the shoulders, okay? Kneecaps under the hips, same leg you just worked. Reach it back and then bend that knee. So flexing that heel up. And then trying to stay lifted on both sides. So sometimes we like to sink through one side of the pelvis, but trying to keep this really square, lifting from the abdominals. You're going to give a little press and lengthen the leg long. Okay, so 2 parts, press and reach. Press and reach. Press and reach. Keep your gaze somewhere in front of you so you can maintain that nice long neck, following the same path of the spine. Give me 4 more. And 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Go ahead and bring the kneecaps under. Open the knees apart. Bring those ankles together and press back to the heels if this feels like a good rest position for you. Really reach the arms long. Giving a chance to soften the face, soften the chest here, and give me a nice deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. And round the spine back out. We're going to come onto the belly. Okay. Once there, let's stay on the forearms, okay, for our single leg kick. Okay. So we're really going to be stretching the front of the quad here and working through that hamstring as we draw the heel in. So once you set the elbows underneath the shoulders, I really want you to press firm into those forearms and feel a lift through the abdominals. So we're not sagging through the lower back. You want to feel the pubic bone really pressing into the ground below. And when you do that, the glutes really turn on here and the belly lifts away. Okay, connect the legs together like they are one. As you draw the heel into the behind, I want you to feel the legs staying together and that kneecap pressing down. So you feel that deep stretch through the front of the quad, and then lengthen the leg away. Okay? As you do this, the whole upper body stays really still. Okay? So there's no movement here. As you root down through that pelvis, it's helping you stay nice and stable. Last one, nice and slow. Okay, and then we'll pick it up. We'll kick, kick, reach it long. Kick, 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 kick. Keep going, trying to stay really still through the torso. Okay, no rocking in the hips here. Working through that hamstring, stretching the quad. Give me 3, 2, last one. Lower all the way down onto the belly now. So bringing palm on top of palm, resting the forehead. Okay, I'm going to lift my head so you can hear me a little bit better. From here, now let the legs open out. So as they open, about mat distance apart, if you don't have your mat, just maybe about shoulder width. Okay, you're going to bend at the knees and the heels are going to come together. So it's almost like from the hip to the knee, it's a V, but then the heels connect. Okay, keeping the head rested, because I want you to stay really relaxed through the upper body, just isolating through the lower body. Squeeze those heels together and lift them up towards the ceiling, floating the thighs and kneecaps away from the mat, and then lengthen down. Okay, I want your head down, but my head's lifted so you guys can hear me. So as you do this, I really want you to not worry about how high the knees lift away from the mat. Some of us won't be able to lift at all, so it's more about that heel squeeze and that idea of lifting the heels away, okay? Like I said before, everyone has different range and flexibility. You should be really feeling this in the glutes here, okay? Let's add an extra layer. So on this next one, I want you to press the heels up, okay? The legs are hovering. From here, straighten the legs from the knees, okay? So they're apart. Bring the heels back together and lower the legs down. And again, press the heels up, lengthen the legs from the knees, reconnect the heels, and lower the legs. Keep going. Press up, lengthen the legs out. Connect the heels, lower down, lift up, reach long, reconnect, lower the knees. 3 more. Lift, reach, connect the heels, and lower. Last 2. Last one. Reach the legs, and then from this lengthened position, connect the legs together. All right, keeping that head down. See if you can keep those legs lifted, and then swim the feet apart. Swim, swim, swim. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Can you give me 10 more for 10, 9. The knees are not bent here. Everything's long. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the legs down. Bring the hands to the shoulders, strong arms, push up to the knees, and come back to a rest position. Stretching the arms forward, reaching the hips back, taking a nice deep breath here. While you breathe, I'm going to see who's talking to me. Hello, Jess. Good morning. You guys just breathe. I just don't want to miss anybody. All right, nice and easy. Go ahead and come back up. Okay. And then I asked ahead of time in the comments before we got started on where everyone's bodies were at. But I'm going to have us come to a standing position. I'm going to show you a couple variations here. So as you come to a standing position, okay, I want the feet to open out, maybe about shoulder distance. If you're really, really tight in the hip area, you might want to open out a little bit more, and you'll see how this feels in just a minute. All right, we're going to bring the hands to the heart, and I want those elbows poking out because we're going to use them. Give a slight turnout in the feet, okay? And I want you to sink all the way down to where those elbows are pressing into those inner thighs, okay? So for some of you, that's not gonna feel good. So you might just be here. So you might just be in a halfway position, okay? Or you might be able to bring the knees down, but it's not maybe as deep, okay? So I'm coming to the side here. I really want you to feel the elbows press into those inner thighs. From here, we're gonna lift our seat back and then lower back down, okay? So I hope you guys made the adjustment that feels best on your body. You can always just hold in an upper squat and then lift the hips back and then bring the seat back under, okay? So that's totally fine. Keep going with me. We're really working through the hips, through the whole lower body. Give me 3. Give me 2. On your next one, lift the seat. Reach the hands forward. Use the feet to press yourself all the way up to standing. Okay, I'm going to turn back towards you and then open the arms out. We're going to sink now into a squat. Okay, arms out to the side here. Okay, I want you to think of having a really long spine. Okay, feel that lift through the belly. We're just holding here. Maybe you lift your toes. That kind of shows you where your weight is distributed throughout the foot. So maybe lift the toes a little bit. Feel where your weight is. Okay. Now you can set the toes down. Try to keep those inner thighs pressing out, those kneecaps reaching to the corners of your room here. And then really slow and controlled. I want you to come down an inch and then up an inch. So these are really slow. Okay. Keeping those arms out long. Okay, feel the back wide, chest open. On your next one, hold for me here. Lift a heel, lower it down. Stay low in the legs. So we're not coming up. We're just lifting and lowering the heel. Rolling through the whole foot here. Okay, you know how much we love our footwork in Pilates, so roll through that foot, come right up to the ball of the foot, roll through the foot to lower the heel down. Okay, it's a nice stretch, giving love to the arches and our feet. Just give me one more to each side. Last one, lower those heels down. Bring the hands to your heart. See if you can give me 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 more inches down. Hold it here. Breathe your full breath in and then let it all out. Press through the feet. Energize through the feet to come through standing and float the arms back down by your side. All right, thank you guys. I hope that gave a lot of love to the lower body today, and I'm so glad for all of you who've came on and interacted with me, because you know I don't want to be here alone. Thank you for coming on, everyone. And of course, if you have any feedback, I would love to hear it. This is only my second time on, so I'm still learning. And I love to hear everyone's thoughts and what you have to say. So have a great day, everyone. It's so beautiful out. Thanks for joining me.